Alright guys, welcome back to the show. Friday, 2 days before the Milan game, and I just wanted to make a quick video today kind of previewing the Milan game and going over a couple other things in terms of transfers and what transfers Real Madrid should be making for the rest of the summer, and just looking ahead to future seasons. But first we got a preseason. We've only had two preseason matches of we're only going to have two preseason matches other than the two kind of tune-up games that were behind closed doors. But yeah, this is going to be our last preseason game. Season starts next Sunday. And I just wanted to preview it because I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, but I won't be able to watch it because I actually have my own game on Sunday that I have to attend and play, which is also at 1 p.m., which I think is when the Real Madrid game. Real Madrid Milan. I should have known this already, but it's okay. It is at 12:30 p.m., so I can watch the first couple, probably the first half or so. But what I wanted to talk about previewing the game is players that I wanted to see feature. But mainly I want to see what I'm looking forward to the most is hoping that Ancelotti can use the 3 at the back formation, the 3-5-2 or the 3-4-1-2, however you want to call it. I'm looking forward and hoping that he uses that formation because I believe that was his most exciting and his most successful formation that he used last season with Everton last season. Why am I blanking on what team he was on? And I think the players that he had kind of fit the profile of the players that we have at our team as well. So I think we can really translate well to that formation. Whether or not he's been training the team with it is beyond me. I haven't seen any reports of it, but I haven't seen any reports against it or kind of suggesting what formation we will be playing. Against Rangers, we played just a standard 4-3-3, which is what they used in the behind the doors matches. But that was just, I believe, due to player limitations. I don't think we'll be seeing a Antonio Blanco, Isco, and Odegaard midfield anytime in the future. And I'm looking forward to seeing how some of the players... I don't think Hazard will play. I'm looking forward to seeing Carvajal. He's one of my favorite players on the team. And I just want to see... because he had a pretty shitty season last year in terms of injuries. And I just want to see how he's recovered and hopefully he can stay up to pace. Because I think in the 3-5-2 he'll be playing a really crucial position, and he has Lucas Vazquez breathing on his neck, ready to take any opportunity from him. But I think Carvajal, in terms of his attacking and his crossing abilities, is second to none on our team, and I think his defensive abilities are, compared to Lucas Vazquez especially, are above and beyond. And that's one player that I'm really looking forward to seeing. Another one, thinking about it now, would be Alaba. Alaba hasn't played for the team yet because I think he caught COVID or something like that. I hope it wasn't a knock. I think it was just COVID. I'm curious to see what position they play him in. I doubt they'll play him at left back, so it will either be center back or as a left or center midfielder. So I'm looking forward to seeing where he plays there. But I just really, really want to see that the 3-5-2 implemented and see how we could fit certain players into it. Vinicius is another one. I want to see how he plays under Ancelotti. We saw Rodrigo, obviously, with his goal against Rangers, and he looked to be implemented pretty well. And they were counterattacking a lot, which wasn't too ideal. I'm not sure. Well, Real Madrid has always really been a counterattacking team and not really an attacking team. Even under Mourinho, we had over 100 points, scored a lot of goals, but that team was, in essence, it was still a counter-attacking team. And so I'm not really against that. I just don't want us to be a defensive counter-attacking team, because that's the difference. If we're aggressive counter-attacking versus defensive counter-attacking, that's kind of the fine margins that we have to figure out and that we'll be seeing, hopefully. So I hope to see like a full, especially at least for the first 30-45 minutes, like the full starting team, and see like a preview of how we're going to end up. end up playing against in our first game. I'm not sure who we play against, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And also what I wanted to touch on is signings that if I was the president, realistically, what I would make. Do we need Mbappe this summer is the main thing. And for me, I think for 100 million, thinking over it and sleeping on it, we can wait. If we know for sure that Mbappe will come to us next summer for free, because if we just think forward to a season, think forward to next transfer window, next summer transfer window, we can get Mbappe on a free, Haaland for his buyout of 60 million, Pogba for free if we wanted to. I'm a big fan of Pogba when it comes to for France, but at club level, I think I'm not sure if it's his confidence or if it's him just not really caring. That's what I'm concerned with Pogba, but he is available on the market. And then I'd really like a center back, a Pau Torres, not really a Pau Torres, but not if we don't bring one in this summer, because ideally I would want to bring one in this summer to cover for the two that we lost. But yeah, and then for next summer, we can bring in either a Camavinga or Elias Moriba from Barcelona, who will both be out of contract and don't look to be re-signing, which is it's exciting. And if we could have a transfer window of Mbappe, Haaland, Camavinga, or Moriba for 60 million for those three players, obviously contracts will be huge. We'll have to offload some players, but just transfer spend, I think next season, depending on who we offload, we could have and plus we're losing Bale's contract, which almost pays for Mbappe itself. And Mbappe's wages. But with those three for a net spend of 0, if we make back the 60 million plus wages in sales and in wage selling, I am all over the place, but I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. If we can net 0 spent next summer and bring in those three players, I think that would be crazy business on our part, because that would be like a galactical summer of two of the top young talents coming up, and then Camavinga, which is kind of unproven but has a lot of potential as well. And this summer, I've seen Demiral go to Atalanta on loan with option to buy. Why aren't we looking at something like that? I think defensively will be our biggest challenge this season, especially in a 3-5-2 or even in just a standard 4-3-3. I think defensive is something that we really have to solidify, and I think we could do that with one more signing of a center back, because we've lost 2, and knowing our injury record, we'll be needing some guys on the bench. And for me, I've said it before, Vallejo doesn't cut it. Something I did want to touch on was the center backs that featured against Rangers was Chust, Nacho, and Mario Gila. Chust, I feel like, had a horrible game, and I haven't seen him play a good game yet for the senior team. Hopefully he does pick up his shit and start, if it's just a confidence thing. But I really like watching Mario Gila, however you pronounce it. I think he was pretty good. And if we could have him on the bench next season, it probably will be Chust from the juniors. But if for some reason Gila can come up and start training with the first team, that would be, I think he can do something. And obviously, what's the guy's name? Miguel Guti. Miguel Guti had a fantastic game. We just have a luxury of left backs of the team right now for him. But if we could challenge Chelsea for Koundé, we could have challenged Barcelona for Eric Garcia, but we didn't really want something like that, and I'm not sure how good Eric Garcia actually is. But like Demiral was a really good one. Tottenham got Romero. Romero would have been a good one for us. Like someone young with the potential to learn under these guys like Alaba and like Nacho, and then come up and have a good season, man. Like someone on loan, or like someone like a player like that, like a Romero or a Demiral or a Koundé, that can come in, obviously have a good impact on the team this season, but looking forward and the way he's going to be able to develop with those seniors that we have on the team, I think that would have been it would have been a good idea to pick those guys up. But it's not to be, and I'm not the manager, and I'm not the president, and I don't make signings. So, yeah, that's all I really wanted to touch on. It looks like Messi's going to PSG, which is crazy. Does that open the door for Mbappe, or does that close the door for Mbappe? Because I've been seeing mixed now. I think the main reason Mbappe wanted to leave, obviously he loves Real Madrid, had posters of it on his wall, whatever. But I think he hasn't seen enough, which is crazy to think. He hasn't seen enough improvement in the PSG team and wants to leave for that. But if he stays this season, plays with a front three of himself, Neymar, and Messi, why would you leave? I wouldn't. Bro, that would be a crazy team. And I would be hard-pressed to... If I was Mbappe, I'd be hard-pressed to say, okay, let me run down my contract and still leave and go to Real Madrid, who's in a rebuilding phase. If he does still come to Real Madrid after all that, give him the world, man. Give him the world, because that shows that he, without even playing a single minute for the team, already wants to play for the badge and wants to improve it. Because it's not about the money, because he can make the money anywhere. And PSG's been offering him bags and bags and bags. So it's not about the money. He wants to play for a team that he sees as it's a childhood dream to play for this team, with or without Zidane. And yeah, so I'll leave it on that. I like to see comments and questions and stuff like that to see what people think and what their opinions are, and I'd like to touch on that. If you're watching this and you want to leave a comment, that would be great. But yeah, I'll see you guys probably after the game on Sunday or Monday afternoon. We'll see. Anyway, take it easy, guys. Have a good weekend.